Three, two, one. So now we are live. So now, before we jump into all of that, we'll jump into the actual podcast portion. But I just want to let everyone know this episode is live, and we're going to start here in just a second. So if you have questions, make sure you throw them inside the comment box there, and we'll see if we can get to them. We may not be able to get to all of them, but we want to thank you all for being here. Anyways, so
Yay!
how are you doing? You look sharp. I love that red.
Well, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Right? You see the red. Oh, they say red is like that power color.
That's right. See, like minds, we think alike. That's right.
Good, good, good. So everyone who's watching right now, I see some people coming in. We're just gonna give them a few moments. Make sure you have some questions. Throw them down there. We'll put them up on the screen. This is an actual podcast that we're doing, but we're still going to do it live. So we may not get to all of your questions during the podcast, but we definitely will try to do them afterwards if you have any questions there. So let me go ahead and get this started. And are you ready?
I
All right.
am.
So I'm going to do my intro.
And
And
I want you to know this is not wine I'm drinking. This is
hey,
heating.
that might have made this even more interesting. So,
you know, well. But
all
I
right.
think you have good pretty though.
I, I know that's right. All right, here we go. And we All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming to another episode of J1Q. Just one question, a podcast that is simply dedicated to bringing you resources, knowledge, and anything that deals with the culture, bringing you some things that you probably didn't even know you needed. So, today's guest we have coming up, we're going to be talking to Miss Michelle, who's going to be dealing with the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. I must confess to you all that I have been here for about 10 years and I did not know about this. How could I not, right? I love supporting you all know that, but that's my fault. But I'm here to rectify that. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring on up our guests. Please give a round of applause for Miss Michelle. Yeah. Oh, I hear the claps for you.
Are they standing up or are they standing up?
Yes, right. That's the question. Get on your feet. So let's do this. For anyone who's watching who may not know who you are or what you're about, would you take just a few seconds just to kind of maybe introduce yourself, tell them who you are, and what you're all about? So the floor is now yours.
Well, for those who have never heard of me, my name is Miss Michelle, and I am the founder of the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. I am also a native of this beautiful city that I call home, Las Vegas. I love the arts. I love supporting. I've traveled worldwide and have absolutely claimed Las Vegas to be home once again. I've lived other places, but born and raised here, and now I'm still here, and I love it. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a person who loves people. I love to support, and we'll get into all of that when we talk. But that's just a little bit about who I am. I'm a writer, producer, director, filmmaker, and getting ready to celebrate my 10th year doing the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. So I'm just super stoked and geeked right now for everything that I've been blessed to do up until this point, and looking forward to everything that is to come. And that's just me in a nutshell.
I love it. There we go. Right. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes, people can always read a bio on a screen and everything, but I love it for them to hear who the passion from the person that's speaking. So that's why I love getting a little intro. Now,
That's cool.
Yes, yes, and I'm seeing you representing. I'm picking up on the earrings. I'm seeing the
Well, it's
colors.
Black History Month, so I thought, Black girl power. I thought I represented a little bit,
I love it. And all my listeners who know, I'm very transparent, and I love talking about Black women power, right? Because to me, they are one of the strongest creatures, beings, whatever on this earth. I say this
Absolutely.
that we always we hear the angry black women theory or whatever, and I would tell
Mhm.
somebody whenever they would say that, I was like, well, you don't see women out there shooting up things, and black women do. They're strong. Trust me.
Right, right,
Especially
exactly.
when you give them the tools. So let's jump into a little bit about what got you interested into just the film beyond starting the film festival. What got you interested in that theory of, you know what, I want to go into this industry that is mostly one white male dominated and then men dominated. So I love seeing that power. What got you into that?
It was a journey for me. Actually, it was quite a journey. I started out. I've always loved art, writing, stage plays, and that type of thing. That's always been my thing. I think I came out of the womb doing plays on the porch of my home where I grew up, using my daddy's work lights and those milk crates. Remember, we used to have those milk crates that come to the house. I would build a stage out on the um, under the carport and just do plays. And so, fast forwarding, I thought that I wanted to do fashion, and so I went and I got a scholarship, went to college, and I majored in fashion design. And I learned very quickly that I don't like to sew. I liked the production part of it, though, putting on shows. And so I kind of migrated into doing fashion shows. And then I migrated into writing stage plays, and I traveled worldwide. And then I just had an epiphany one day. And I said, I really want to take my gift to write and to tell stories to the next level. And that is how I ended up going back to school to learn the art of filmmaking and translate my art, my ability to write and to tell stories um, to the big screen. So that's pretty much the pathway that I took to get now to the big screen.
Yeah. And these are the little moments that I love reflecting back on, right? Because sometimes when we get started in our journey and we start to grow, we
Yeah.
forget where we came from. We forget that, those little moments when we go, oh, the milk carton, right? That's what I used to do sometimes. And it bring back that rush of memory and everything. And then it also gives some young person out there in general, but some young lady the
Hmm.
ability to say, wow, I want to be able to tell my story like that in
Exactly.
X amount of
And
years. And representation matters, as we always say, right? To be able to
absolutely.
see you like this.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And you say you're a native of Vegas here.
Yep.
And let me say, so I came to Vegas, I think roughly about 2013, 20, yeah, but 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. And
Okay.
I want to ask, because my wife's native from here as well, and I
Oh,
ask her, but she can never tell me that story. So I want to ask someone else: how have you adjusted? Not even adjusted, but how did you deal with this heat? Because that was me when I first came. I was like, "What? People live here?"
people ask that all the time. And I always say, I'm a lizard. I was born in the desert.
Mm,
I'm a lizard, straight up. I love the heat. I mean, I literally love the heat. I
yeah,
can't even really explain that. I don't think when you're born in a certain climate, I think you grow up in it and you just naturally, adapt to it. I
yeah.
climb mountains and everything in the heat. I ride bikes and all kinds of
Ooh.
stuff. It's 100 degrees outside and I'm out there getting it in.
Listen, I don't
So,
even know how y'all do it like that. Some people were asking me to go hiking, and I was like, "What? Black people do that? What are y'all talking
yeah,
about? Hiking? Okay.
mhm.
How about I just get some binoculars and watch you from afar and cheer you on? I'm like, you good to go. You good to go. So,
If you do it one time, there's no view like that from the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
I've
You got to
I've
do it.
actually done it, and but I've done small baby ones, and you get to the top and you can see over the city and everything. So, all right. So now we've got to a point where we started talking about how you kind of got started into that. So I would
Mhm.
love if you could share maybe a story of how it was when you first got into it. Did you go through any of those adversities? One people looking saying, "Oh, you're a lady in here," but then how did you overcome those, and maybe share some stories of your journey through that beginning process when you got into this industry.
Into this industry. So, yeah, you already know there's always adversity, always. And it comes from the most unlikely places, unfortunately. So when I was in college, I tell people this story because I really don't care if he's watching. I hope he is. Um, the professor, one of my professors who was at the college where I went, was very active in recruiting folks to get into the school to learn the art of film. But upon graduation, when I went in for my exit interview to, um, talk about what are my next steps, what do I do next to get my, to get my footing and to get going in this industry. And quite frankly, he looked me in my face and said, well, you're a Black woman. Um, there's not a lot of opportunities. And he started naming the few Black women at that time that were really hot, Taraji, I think it was Taraji, Gabrielle Union, and a few others, Kerry Washington, they were all hot at that time. And he named those and basically kind of told me that they were my competition and that I probably should, you know, have a backup plan. And fast forwarding, I decided that, I would go to different festivals and get my feet wet and try to network and, find my own path. And I won't name the festival that I went to that inspired me, but I did go to this particular festival. And what inspired me to do what I am doing now that became a big adverse, I was dating a gentleman at that time who um, took me to this festival. And on the way at this festival, there was not one film in this festival with somebody who looked like me, chocolate, and not one. I mean, I watched probably 57, 58, 90 film. It was a lot of films, short films. And over that weekend, and there was not one film there that looked like me. So on the way home from that ride, the gentleman that I was dating at the time, I'm in the car, and I don't know if you're a spiritual brother or whatever. I don't know who's spiritual who's watching this, but I believe that I heard from God. I'm in the car, and I heard God say to me, "Don't complain about the adversities that you're seeing, and the things that the hurdles that you're trying to jump over. Just you do something about it." So I'm in the car and I'm crying because I'm thinking I heard from God. I'm crying, "Oh God, thank you. I'm gonna do something about it," because that's when He gave me the idea for the Las Vegas Black Film Festival. And the gentleman I was said to me that I was dreaming too big. Do I think I'm the only person who came up with this idea? Why do I think there's not another platform like this in Las Vegas? Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Needless to say, that was the last time I saw him. And then when I was getting my marching orders on my exit interview from the college, I mean, this particular professor who didn't believe in me and told me that I should have a backup plan, ended up showing up at the first annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival with picking his jaw up because he came to a sold out audience my first year, and it's been the same for the last 9 years, and we're getting ready to celebrate year 10. So you have adversities. I mean, there were some folks that look like me who showed up at the festival. And instead of them coming with a celebratory spirit, they decided to come and question, why is the carpet orange? And, why did I call it the Las Vegas Black Film Festival? I should be more involving and call it urban and whatever. People have so many ideas and objections to what you're doing, but most of the time, what I have found is that those adversities come from people quite frankly, aren't doing anything. And so, those are just a few things that I faced and hurdles that I jumped over. And the way that I do that is because I am a very positive and optimistic person. Organically and just naturally, that's who I am. So I overcome things like that because I don't listen to it. I just do what I want to do.
There you go, right? While you were saying that, we had a couple of comments that came in, and we, of course, we got a big old support of my brother Bobby Peoples, two of my favorite people, and he
My Bible,
said also, glad you didn't listen. Absolutely. And the Queen Michelle, right? Yes, 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 yes. And it's one of those things I always talk about when I say my podcast. Right? You know, never try to take someone else's hope away. And most people, when they tell you not to do something or you can't do something, it's because they're pushing their insecurities or their fears out on you. And
right,
instead of, and it's a mentality that I really really think that it's going to take a while to get over, but we should be
right.
done with that by now. We should always be pushing someone. Go for it. Why can't you be the first to do that? Why can't you, and I say this jokingly, I like always push them, because maybe when they get to that point, they'll be more inclined to give you free tickets to come and see
Come
something.
through. Well, you know, you know. I'm just saying, and
Yeah,
those people, I swear, listen, 99.9% of those people that had something adverse to say about what I was doing are
yeah.
all now, like, well, I knew you could do it. Really, oh my God, really?
Every
I'm
time,
gonna
I
make a movie
know.
talking that
Yes.
I'll make a movie about that too.
I know that's right. So now we're going to keep with this journey, right? So now we've got through the adversity. Now
Yep.
you're in the industry a little bit more. You're learning. What is maybe something you can share with some of the listeners out there who are probably sitting back saying, "Wow, you know what? I've never thought about film. I maybe want to learn about it. Acting, directing. There's so many different fields within filming, right? Key grips, every kind of person that's involved. What
Yeah.
is a bit of advice you can maybe share with them to say, hey, here's some of the steps I would suggest now to get into this, or to like maybe guide them to going in that direction?
Well, like filmmaking has taken a quite a turn, so to speak. So when I started, that was the first year that we had stopped using like the big film reels and all of that. So there was a transition taking place. So now, really, literally, anybody could make a movie that that wants to. We make movies with iPhones now. So my point for saying that is because people make excuses. I don't know how to get a budget. I don't know how to, a lot of things, but you can Google, you can YouTube some things, practice with whatever you have with your iPhone. You know, the main thing is people doing a bunch of talking and not you know investigating or researching ways to get what they want done. If you sit around saying what you want to do but never pursue what it is that you're saying you want to do, then you just lying to yourself. Because if you want to make a movie, you can do it now. And there are people like myself out there who love to help other people's dreams come true as it relates to making movies and or whatever it is. If I can help, I always will. And there's people like my friends Bobby and Renee. They have such a giving heart and they help people who want to make movies. So, and we're all right here in Las Vegas. So, you know what I'm saying? And we travel. So, I mean, if you really want to make a movie, there are some people that will help you. And if you can't find people close to you that will help you, you can always YouTube, Google, and start with what you have. You got to use what you got until you can get another door open for you. You got
That's
to go
right.
for
I know I've seen, even they said some Super Bowl commercials were
it.
filmed with iPhones and they stuff like that. So
Yeah,
technology has made it so there's no more excuses, right? We got a comment. Someone said some people are just lazy. They'd rather talk
that,
about making a movie instead of actually doing it, and
yeah,
that kind of plays into a saying that I say, and this came from someone you mentioned earlier. an
Hmm.
actress Taraji P Henson, and I always forget the name of the show that she was on with they were this he was a singing hard for a pimp. And when the fun is when it's
Oh,
money
that was
for
Hustle and Flow. Hustle and
yeah,
Flow.
Hustle Flow. Right. But okay,
Terrence.
so now that actor, but they were on a TV series where their sons were singers
Yeah,
and
that was Empire.
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 Yes, that's the name. Yes, yes. Okay. So I remember hearing her say something on there once, and this absolutely ties into what you're saying about. She said, "The streets aren't made for everyone. That's why they made sidewalks." And when I
Oh,
heard that, it was like to me it meant the streets are going to teach you you're going to quit or you're going to stick with it, right? You're going to be the
right.
one that says this is tough, but I'm still going through it. I'm still going to push through it, or you're just going to say, "Oh, I can't do this." But the people like yourself and Bobby and everyone else and Renee who continue to push through it, those are the strong ones. And so now I want to ask you about. Okay, so before I say that, I have to say they had the second best commercial for me during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Everyone loved the commercial where it almost was like the remote control pressed and then then it went to some other little thing. Tubi.
Hmm.
They had the
Uh-huh.
second best commercial for me. But
Hmm.
good job, Tubi. Good job. Good job. So I
Okay.
wanted to ask you about some movies on Tubi because
Okay.
that's an industry that I think, or platform rather, that has kind of
Mhm.
catered to the independent artists and given
Yes.
them that kind of the road instead of like the big conglomerate of Netflix. They said, "Hey,
Mhm.
come to us and we can work through that." So, what are your thoughts? What are your movies on there? Anything? Talk to us about Tubi.
Yeah, so I really, really, really love the Tubi network. Here's why. Up until last year, I personally did not know how to get my movies on the platform on Tubi, and last year at our you never know who you're blessing. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You never know who you're blessing. You never know what is going to come back to you. You just never know. Last year at our festival, every year I always do like a producer of the year, and I have been watching Bobby and Renee from afar for a long time before they even moved to Las Vegas. I was watching them in Atlanta do their thing. I love that they're a married couple making movies and all of that, right? So they moved to Vegas. We become friends. We start working together, not really working together, just kind of supporting each other. You know what I mean? Pep talk here, pep talk there. They always said if I need them, whatever. So I decided that I just love what they do so much, and I love their energy and everything. So I wanted to celebrate them at the festival last year. I did. Got them real good too. Reached out, got some folks from Atlanta. We did a whole little celebration at the festival. Fast forwarding, they paid it forward to me as it relates to Tubi. They took me by my Bobby took me by my hand, showed me how to put my films out so that they can get picked up by Tubi and stream worldwide. And so now I have three of my 12 films that are now picked up by Tubi and are streaming worldwide. One is titled Emerge. The other one is titled Transparent. And the new one is coming out this year. Uh, it's going to first premiere at the 10th annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival, and then it will be released on Tubi. It is titled Distractions. So I'm super excited about that. Tubi is a wonderful platform for independent filmmakers. I'm grateful to Bobby and Renee for helping me with the process to get my films on that platform. And I will tell you, Tubi pays very well. Mhm, to the independent filmmaker. So if you got the nerve to make a movie, submit it on that platform so you can do something with your life and your talent.
Yes, give it up there. And we had a comment that just came in as well. We always got to give it up for our fam here. Yeah, Karen Evans says, "Hello to my beautiful cousin. I'm a writer at heart since I was a child, and I want to
Yay!
enhance my writing and make a career out of it. What
Oh,
advice do you
the
have
show
for me?"
Karen came on there. Karen
Oh,
came
okay.
on there. I
Karen
got to
came
show.
on. Give it up for Karen.
That's my cousin. This is your book. This is your book.
Oh, look at
This is
that. We giving shout outs everywhere.
Yay! Congratulations, cousin. Thank you for watching. Y'all get my cousin's book. It's good. It'll bless your
Yes.
soul. Good. Get her book. Yes. From from me to you by Karen Evans. It's available on Amazon, y'all. Get her
There
book.
we
Thank you
go.
for
That's
watching, cousin. I love you.
right. Yes. So now give her some advice though. She says, "What advice you got for her?" We doing that, but
Well,
don't forget that.
you know what? This is her first book. So Karen, my advice to you would be don't quit writing. Don't let that be the first of many. Keep going. The more you do it, the sharper you'll get, the more exposure you'll get, and the more you'll love what you do. So keep going. Don't quit. If you're a writer at heart, write. That's my advice to you.
There you go. And I I talk about this kind of story because I love painting a picture. And one thing I've learned about podcasting is about the storyline and painting a picture, right? And I would say to
Hmm.
people sometimes they know Oprah. And I
Hmm.
say, Oprah, she got hired at one of the television stations and everything, and then she got fired. And I
Right.
said, that's what she needed. Because if she didn't get fired, she would
Hmm.
not be Oprah.
That's
She would
right.
still just be working. She turned that's the streets and the sidewalk, right? And I'm saying this to you, Karen, just in case if there's any bumps, you're gonna run into some things where some people may say, "Nope, I don't like that strip," or "I don't like this."
Right.
You just got to keep pressing through, right?
Exactly.
Keep pressing through. Rocky,
Don't
one of
stop.
the biggest movies around, Sylvester Stallone said he submitted his script to it got rejected like 10,000 times or something like that.
Right.
And somebody
Right.
finally picked it up. So sometimes you just need that one to say yes. You just need
Oh,
one yes,
you
right?
only need one. You only need one.
Just-
That's how that when I was looking for um, a home for the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, everybody was saying no. Everybody.
Mm,
And then when I walked into Boyd Gaming, the Suncoast Hotel, they said yes.
yeah,
And I've been there for 10 years. So we have a home. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Everybody, people say no. I don't care about the no's. I only care that I'm going to keep going until I get what I'm after. And that's a
That's
yes.
it. That's it. And Karen, we may need to hook up because I may want to get you on here because I love promoting young, upcoming, just people who are enthusiastic about their passion and what they're doing. So we may need to
Yes.
connect and talk. So
I'll get you more contact information. Yes, Karen.
absolutely.
Do
And
that.
it's one of the things that I say sometimes to our listeners or people who I try to connect with, right? So
Mm,
we don't know what we don't know, and
right.
sometimes I think people get they get put into one lane of thinking this is my only option, this is the only way that I can promote my product
Mm-hmm.
or something, instead of branching out and looking to say what else, how else can I do it. And I love the fact
Right.
that you said I kept going until one person said yes, and
Right.
now you're here going into year 10. Bring
I'm
it
going in.
down.
And it's crazy though, seriously, Lion. Let me tell you this, because when I started when I started going forward with my plan to build this festival, I didn't know what I was doing. I just had a
Mm,
vision. I was writing it down. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I wasn't even thinking about how much money I was gonna need. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I mean, I really wasn't. And I did not know how I was going to pay for anything up until a month before the first annual. But I will tell you this, you know, faith without works is dead. Period.
right.
So if you just persevere, I mean, if you chase the vision, the provision it'll meet you there. But if you're not doing nothing, God don't have no reason to provide no provision for you. You're not doing
Mm,
anything, just sitting around looking, waiting for somebody to put something in your hand. It's not gonna happen. You
yeah.
have to go out and work. If you don't work, you're not gonna eat. Period. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go for it. You
All
just gotta
right.
go for it. You don't go for it, don't be mad at nobody but yourself. Get up and do
Yeah. And
something.
it's one of those things where when you have that dream, you have that goal, you have that inspiration, like you said, you
Mhm.
got to work towards it because if you're not going to do it, guarantee you someone else is going to.
Somebody
Someone else
else
is going to
will.
find a way.
Straight up.
And never listen to anyone. If you're out here listening to our voices, never let anyone else blow your candle out and tell you you can't do it.
Not
You
at
can't.
all.
It's not going to work. That's their fear trying to
Right,
transpire onto you. You've got to push
right.
through it. So now you're in here and you're in the festival and now you're doing well. So let us hear um, some interesting people you've kind of ran into through the years. Any names we may know? Any funny stories you want to share? I want to hear this.
It's so much. Oh my gosh, you ain't got time. I'm trying to tell you. But, well, okay, let's start with that one. Well, on that side, you see that picture there, right there,
Yep, yep.
there. That's Mr. Lewis Gossett Jr. Y'all see him? He's a friend of our festival. He was probably one of the most encouraging celebrities that, well, him and John Amos, I want to say, kind of running neck and neck when it comes to the level of encouragement that they gave to me and still give to this day. They were not the type of celebrities that, you pay, they come, they showcase who they are, they take pictures with all the fans, and then they disappear. Those two particular gentlemen who are icons, I grew up watching them on television, Roots and Good Times. I mean, I have been blessed to be in the same room, to be on the phone, to receive phone calls from both of them, encouraging me to stay on my path. Um, One thing that really blessed me when Lou Gossett was here in, I think it was 2016, 15 or 16, when I brought him to Las Vegas to celebrate him as our icon of the year in film and television. When he received his award, I had a beautiful crystal clock made for him uh, that was to celebrate his legacy and his work, his timeless legacy in the industry. And Mr. Gossett got up when he received his award. I posted some pictures a couple of weeks ago because I was just reminiscing on that moment as I was approaching this 10th year, where he said, this crystal clock means more to me than that Oscar that I got for his role as in the office and a gentleman. He said that the crystal clock that I was giving him meant more to him because it was coming from me, and he just encouraged me to keep going and fly high and not quit. And each year I get a phone call, like Mr. Gossett will say, I just want to say, congratulations. I see you still doing your thing, And for a little girl from the west side of Las Vegas to get a phone call from an icon that I watched on television growing up in one of the most iconic television shows of all time, to think about me in that way, listen, that right there trumps everything that anybody else have to say. It is what it is. I'm a hero. I'm a superhero.
Yes. Let me tell you a funny thing. Because I, for the longest,
Hmm.
thought that his name was it's Gossett, right? Gossett.
Gossip. Gossip.
Okay. For the longest time, I always thought it was
You've been
gossip.
messing
I
You've been
thought it
messing
was
your name up.
gossip. I was like Lewis Gossip Jr. All right. I was like, yo. But hey, that's how it is. So
Don't tell
yes,
nobody else
I'm not. I'm not. They're gonna take my black card. Just no. Hey, let me keep it. Let me hold the
that.
card for a little bit longer. I got to get into the liquor store. so, so I'm absolutely loving this here. So now what I'm trying to do is for those listeners out there who are listening on our audio podcast, make sure you also check out the visual on our video on the YouTube at Black Negus, BLKNEGUS. And a funny story on that too. Our son, he messaged my wife and his mom, and he said, um, does he know? Have you seen his Instagram page and his YouTube page? Does he know what that means? So, and I was like, wait, what? And then it kind of put two and two together that he didn't know Negas. He thought it was the. I was like, oh my goodness. Let me sit down. We've got to, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to learn our history in order to be able to not repeat it and move forward.
For
We come
sure.
from a stock of kings and queens, and Negus means royalty. It means king. It means
That's
queen.
what
It
I
means
mean.
family. We've got to learn. That's where they twisted the word and try to make it derogatory. So, but anyways, I'm getting off that history lesson because people might start writing in, boys. So
Let them write you so you can educate them. That's all good. People need to
there you go, right?
start
So
back.
right. So now we are in the ninth going on 10th year. What are
Yes.
the goals? What is the aspirations? Where do you see it blossoming to for the future of the Las Vegas Black Film Festival?
I just really see us just, expanding what we have. If something's not broke, you don't need to fix it. Our festival has maintained a 5-star rating from year one. That's probably unheard of anywhere. But because I'm very hands on and I demand that my team have the same heart that I have towards the people, towards filmmakers. I'm one of the founders of the many festivals in the world that are good festivals, but how many festivals can you say that you go to where the founder actually comes and sit with you, watch your movies, um, you know, party with you? I'm there to celebrate you. I like to have a personal touch, and no matter how big the festival has gotten, from when we started in 2014 to where we are now to where we're going, um, it I see that still. I want to still maintain that personal touch, that uh, that intimacy, even with it, expanding. So that's where I see us going. I don't ever want what we have produced here in Las Vegas to be so big that we lose what has made us what we are. So I just see a bigger pool of love and support for filmmakers here in Las Vegas, and we're already worldwide. We have people coming here from Africa and Russia, and we have films from everywhere. So we're already international. So I just see the attendance growing and growing because that's what's been happening over the last 10 years anyway, and I've still been able to maintain a personal touch. And I just want to keep that. I want to keep that. It ain't broke, so I don't want to fix it.
Love that. And exactly what you said, right? Here you got that community, the where you get to sit down and talk with them and watch the movies with them. And there's not a lot of places that you're gonna be able to the person who puts it on is usually off,
Yeah,
shaking
they don't have
hands and doing something else. Right.
you know.
Right.
I mean,
So
I know because I've been to many, many festivals, and because I'm a founder, I'm like, can somebody point me to where I can talk to the founder? They're like,
mm,
who? They don't even know who it is. The people
yeah.
that are work the festivals don't even know who the founder is. Where we do
Mm.
that at? Like, really? So
And
crazy.
there's something else too I wanted to bring up because I just remembered it when you were talking about something. So I want to say this to also to everyone out there who's listening, right? If
Hmm.
you want to increase, and this is what I talk about on my main podcast with the business and features and so forth. If you want to increase, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Grab a pencil, a pad, whatever you need to do, put it in your notes in your phone. And I'm going to say this, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're not going to do it. If you want to increase your net worth, you need to increase your net work. You, no
Yeah,
one will ever make it on their own. I don't
not
care
at
if
all.
you see a millionaire, billionaire, there's people working with them and they will tell you they usually just hire someone who's smarter than them. If you
Right,
want to make it in any industry, you need to network and not make
right.
it seem like it's what's in it for me, right? You need to also be a part of that and say, hey,
Yeah,
what can I give to you back and what can I help you with, right? And
exactly.
for Karen, who was talking about writing a book, just a small suggestion that I would suggest. And I don't know
Hmm.
anything about the writing industry, but just in general, I would say
Hmm.
take also some classes, reach out to some coaching,
Yeah,
anything to educate yourself in that industry because there might be something you might be missing. And a coach or someone might say, "Oh, here's an easy way to submit your
exactly.
book or to get it on a whatever list." So network.
Always.
Yes, increase your net worth.
Anybody
So,
who's out there thinking that they can do everything by themselves, I promise you that is crazy. You
yeah,
can't. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't
yeah,
even attempt that. I mean, unless you just want this much. You only want to go so far, you can only go so far. by yourself. You
Right.
really have to have a support system and a team. You got to have people that believe in you. And I know that's hard to find, but what I will say that is if you keep going, somebody will see you. And somebody, if you know that you have a heart to help other people and that there's more people out there like you just got to keep going so they can see you because they're all looking for you too. You know, I'm so
Yeah.
happy Bobby and Renee are in Las Vegas. Man, you have no
I know that's
idea.
right.
I have a backbone now. Like I really have, I feel like that. Like I feel like I have a support system, and uh, you know, like I needed someone to teach some classes at the festival this year that have the same heart
Mm,
that I have for the
yeah.
people to who really want to see other people win. And I know for a fact, firsthand, that Bobby and Renee have that heart. So I'm so happy to announce that they will be teaching a master uh, class teaching teaching actors. Renee is an acting coach, and her husband masters in how to make money doing films. And so he's going to be there teaching. And I encourage everyone get your tickets and come to the festival so you can learn from people who have a heart to give information. And when I asked them to come and teach, when I tell you, they said, whatever you need, listen, I ain't got my lashes glued on tight right now, so I'm gonna stop with that because I get emotional thinking about the love and support. So we're gonna stop talking about that right now because they
All right,
already
I
know.
hear you. And for anyone out there listening, check out the People's Network, Bobby and Renee Peoples.
CPN, the number one.com. They
There
have,
you go. And I'm
yeah.
going to try something here that I have not tried before. So bear with me for 1 second because you were talking
Oh,
about Mr. Gossett. I gotta make sure I get it right. So
it's called
I'm going
set.
to I'm going to zoom in and I'm gonna try to see if I can get to that picture back there. So hold on, let me see.
There he is, right? Yeah,
Oh
on
wait,
that,
wait, no,
the other
there it
side.
goes.
There he
All
is. That's
right.
picture down. That's Tommy Ford, the late Tommy Ford.
Oh, for
From
Martin.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
Okay.
Uh,
All right,
yep.
let me zoom out because I don't want to see those lashes too much. Now you say they ain't glued on too tight. Let me zoom back out here for a second. All right. So, all right. So we're gonna get ready to wrap up here in a second. But what I wanted to do is I want you to talk about the festival, and I'm gonna put it up on screen because I know you have something that's coming up there. And
And I got
I,
some giveaways too. I'm gonna give away some stuff while we on
oh,
here.
okay. So let's get you on screen to talk about this. Here you go. Tell us about the festival, and the floor is yours.
All right. So as you see right there, Mr. Flood has put up the flyer. Uh, I am now getting ready to celebrate the 10th annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival. It's going to be an epic celebration. You see the dates there, April 20th through the 23rd. It's happening, and the tickets and the passes are already on sale. If you visit our website at Las Vegas Black Film Festival.com. You can get your tickets and your passes to the whole weekend. That's what I recommend. However, we do have day passes. We have a la carte tickets if you just decide you want to come to a class or to a certain movie screening or just to an event, a competition. We have all kinds of things going on for 4 days. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of everything that's happening. Day one, we open on Thursday night, and we always have a themed weekend. So our weekend theme colors are black and silver because we're celebrating 10 years. Okay, so day one, our animal print theme is what's happening. We're opening with the Rumble in the Jungle to let you know it's time to get ready for a wild ride for the weekend because we're gonna have so much fun. My beautiful hostess for opening night is the Regal Paige Siegel. We're gonna have a fashion show. We're gonna have a party, an animal print themed party. So put on your best animal print and come ready to set it off and get ready for a wild ride over the weekend. We're gonna have so much fun. Sipping and singing, karaoke, all of that. And that's just day one. Okay, so day two is when my movie premieres, the movie that I wrote, produced, and directed. It is titled Distractions, Friday night, April 21st. It is a black tie affair. The dress code is strictly enforced. black tuxedos and black dresses, ladies. We're going to turn up and have a wonderful time. It is after 5. And I do mean tuxedos. Don't come in your Sunday best church suit, brothers. Need you in some tuxedos, and ladies in your black dresses. We're turning up. It's a premiere night, upscale. And we're going to have, it's black and silver. That's the theme colors that night for the new movie, Distractions. That, and then on Saturday, T-shirt day all day because we have workshops. That's when I was telling you Bobby and Renee are going to be there teaching, and a bunch of other workshops. Acting boot camp. We have fitness boot camp. We can come and work out and get your sweat on. We have masterclass cinematography. Tyree Mills from the Ride of Her Life film family. He's going to be here teaching the art of cinematography. There's going to be so much. You just got to go to the website and check it out. The itinerary is there under schedule. And then Saturday night, though, I don't know if y'all seen my superhero sisterhood. I'm coming dressed as sisterhood on Saturday night because our theme for Saturday night is superhero Saturday night. And so we have an actors showdown where actors get in a boxing ring and they compete against each other with their best monologue and for acting. And whoever wins as the acting heavyweight champion wins a lead role in a movie that I write and produce, and that is the premiere movie for next year. So this year's movie, Distractions, it stars the young lady. Her name is Felicity Annalise. She won the showdown last year, and she is the star of this year's movie. So you got to come and check it out. And so that's what the showdown, that's the prize for the showdown winner. And after that, we have a comedy show featuring comedian AK, one of our local comedians here. And baby, that lady is so funny. She's hilarious. You may know her from the breakdown show on 88.1, Power 88, the radio station here in Las Vegas. She's going to come and shut it down with a comedy show after the showdown, and then a party. Every night there's a party. And then we close it out on Sunday. I call it Silver Sunday because we give away the awards. It's a soul food, all you can eat soul food, champagne brunch, live entertainment, and the awards presentations to all of the winners. So we have movies showcasing from Thursday at 12 noon all day until 7 right before the fashion show. On Saturday, all day, right after the workshops and everything until the showdown. And then on Friday, of course, all day on Friday from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. And then we have our upscale after party, champagne toast and all of that. So we're going to have a blast this 10th year. The full itinerary in detail, outlining the attire for each night and all of that is all on the website, Las Vegas Black Film Festival.com. And I dare you to just go on and get your ticket and your pass and come on out and celebrate with me, y'all. 10 years. It has not been easy, but it has sure enough been worth it.
Love it. And all of that, ladies and gentlemen, for anyone who's listening, there's also, just in case anyone who's listening and say, wow, I think I may want to try to take part of that, you have the deadline for submissions coming up on the 28th, I think it was, I saw.
28th of this month. And I'm
Okay.
telling you, we have to be like, don't call me talking about, can I get a couple more days? I get so many people doing that. Now, please get a couple more days. No, we
I
can't do
know,
that.
right?
I have to give enough time for my screeners to watch the movies, to score the movies, so we can get the official selections done,
Yeah.
so we can let people know that they have made it into the festival, so they have time to get plane tickets. And I don't want to give people a 5-day notice. Oh, you got in, and
Yeah.
now what? The plane tickets are $10,000, and they can't come. You know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
we do it. We do that so that we can give people time to prepare to come and celebrate with us, because we like full attending live attendance participation. So we give people ample time. And so for those of you who, if it's not going to be ready by the 28th of the month, then you next year, you know.
There we go, right? Yeah, and that ought to teach you a lesson. You got to sometimes jump on things. When the opportunity knocks, listen, you got to go
This is
to the
one
door.
CP that don't start, that we start on time. This right here with this CP, we don't do
CP
CP.
time.
We don't do that. I didn't not Las Vegas Black Film Festival. We don't know
Listen,
what that means. People be like, "Oh my God, I thought my movie was supposed to start at 7. It did. It started at 7. It's 7:15. You've missed
Mm,
15 minutes of your movie, so
yeah.
you need to get
Yes. So love
on
it, love it, love it. And for anyone who wants to maybe listen to this and get in touch with you directly to maybe just ask you questions, or maybe even if you can refer them to maybe classes, or like you said, Bobby and Renee, them teaching, or anyone, how can people get in touch with you further to just learn more about you, learn more about your festival, learn more about your work, anything like that?
Well, I'm really, really, really easy to find. I'm all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I'm everywhere. So you look for Miss Michelle Kin on Facebook. You'll find me. I'm always on there posting, and that's where I actually make all of my announcements at for upcoming events. So if you find me on Facebook, you'll find everything. Also on Instagram at LVBFF. Those are the acronyms for Las Vegas Black Film Festival. That is me. And I don't have an assistant, you know, going through. I actually respond to all information on there. So LV at LVBFF on Instagram. Miss Michelle, all together, no periods, no hyphens, or no spaces between the Miss and the Michelle. Miss Michelle Boykin on Facebook, and I'm also Miss Michelle on Twitter, and all of the everywhere. TikTok, I'm everywhere. It's easy, easy to find. My direct phone numbers and emails are on the website at Las Vegas Black Film Festival.com. Just go to the contact page and you'll be able to get my direct information, contact information. Email me, uh, send a text. I get back to you always in a timely manner, and I'll be able to answer any questions you have. But I do want you to come and celebrate it with me this year. And I do want to let you guys know people come to back to the festival whether they have a movie in the festival or not because of the love, because they know once you come to Las Vegas Black Film Festival, you're not guests no more. You family. That's just how we roll. So you want to come and be part of our family, I encourage you to go ahead and get your tickets and your passes before the premiere night sells out. Now that night always sells out and tickets are going fast. And with that being said, Mr. Flood, I have some tickets I want to give away to my premiere.
Let's do it. You tell me how to do it for the listeners. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because we got a couple tickets that are being get ready to be talked about. So take it away and let them know.
Yay! So, okay, you guys, I have in my hands a pair of tickets to my new movie. That's the picture of the movie. Have y'all seen that? All over Facebook and everywhere else, distractions. That the young lady on there is the lady who won the showdown. Her name is Felicity. She is starring in the movie that I wrote, produced, and directed for her. And this is two of the 60 tickets I have left. So when I give these away, I got 58 tickets left. And I already know they're going to sell out, but I want to give these two away tonight. Let's see. Um, what do you say? What do you say? I need somebody that's watching in the timeline to, I'm going to make it real simple. What is my favorite color? If you could tell me what my favorite color is, I'm gonna give these two tickets to the first person who types that in the timeline. If somebody's watching, they got to be watching to win, and then they can just pick them up at the festival. I'll put their names on them. Everybody, who is the winner? Ah, that's right. That is right. Did I see that right? Was Broderick Rice the first one? Who said red? Oh no. Oh no. The whole world knows my favorite color. Well, that is too funny. The person who said orange, I think that was Broderick Rice. Yay, he knows. Got me over here blushing. Yay. Yay. So, Mr. Flood, I think we have a winner. I think we have a
Yes,
winner.
yes, we got this winner, Broderick Rice. So,
Yes,
Broderick,
he got
make sure you get in touch with Miss Michelle so she can get that to you. What's crazy is I was actually talking, but my thing was on mute because I'm
Oh, I
stating
hear
this.
you.
So let me come back here. Now it's off mute. On the other screen, it goes to mute, so that way I don't interrupt when my person's speaking. So okay, and then I looked and I was like, I don't think she's hearing me. And when you said that, I was like, oh, I'm on mute. So, oh
Yeah,
goodness. Broderick, make sure you get in touch with her so you can get those tickets there. But I truly want to thank you for coming on so and sharing this information because it's such an inspiration to, you know, anyone out there who's listening and who may have thought this industry been scared of it or who just says, you know
mhm.
what, I never thought about being in it, but hearing you was such an inspiration. So I appreciate that. Any final words you want to give to our listeners out there? Any inspiration, any words of advice, wisdom? Please take the floor. It is now yours.
I really just want to say this. Uh, and I'm going to keep it real short and real sweet and real direct. Everything that you're expecting is already expecting you. So get there.
All right. Like she said, straight to the point. I absolutely love it. So thank you so very much for coming on. Thank you, everyone who's been here listening
Yeah,
to J1Q. I appreciate this. I think I may want to try doing this more often. I love this live
we need to do it
interaction
again.
thing. Yeah.
We need to do
Because
it again because I got some more stuff coming up. So we need to talk some
I
more.
love it. I love it because it's crazy because when I do my podcast, we don't have interaction with the audience because it's not live. But I actually like
Uh-huh.
this. People jumping in and kind of putting me on spot. I love it. So, all right. So, thank you very much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end this now. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time listening. And as I always say when I get ready to end my shows, make sure you keep living while you are alive. Enjoy
Ooh,
life while you're here. Things
yeah,
are tough, things are going on, but just take a moment to slow down,
yeah,
go on the top of the mountain, and enjoy that view, as you said, right?
yeah. Enjoy
There you
this.
go. All right. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Michelle, stick with me for 1 second after I end the show. I'm just going to talk to you for 1 second. So, but that is
Okay.
it.
All
Thank you
right.
guys, and y'all enjoy.
Here I come.